I want to first thank Mustangs TV, Kyle Johnson. He does a great job. I want to give him a hand. Every senior is going to receive a copy of that. Okay, every single one. We don't have those copies tonight because I kind of threw it on Kyle at the last minute, and so he hasn't got it on a digital copy yet. So we'll get that, and I'll get it to him and everything else. What I want to do right now is I'm going to take a little time. I'll try to. My coaches have done told me to, they're going to put me on a timer. Coach Putman's got his timer because I am long-winded. Coach Littleton's got his timer. Coach Smith's calling, trying to get more food. All right. Every time. Yeah, it's a funny story. Every time we go somewhere, if we go out to eat somewhere, Coach Smith will be sitting there and he'll say, "Yeah, we need 4 more steaks over here. We need 4 more." And he does it every time we go, so it's kind of a little joke that we have on each other. But, while I'm saying that, I want to tell my assistant coaches how much I appreciate them too. I can't do the things that we do. We can't do the things that we do without such a good support staff. They're always there. I keep them here long hours. And I really appreciate them, so I'd like to give them a hand right now. What I'd like to do is I'm just going to go through it. There's a couple people that can't be with us tonight, not because they're either out of town or they've got something going. Zach Klinke was one of them. Let's see, Kendall Purcell. I know he's working tonight, and like I said, I didn't want to take his time away from him. Mama J, y'all know my little fireball that runs around telling everybody to do. She's in a play in Lawrenceburg, so she's kind of a jack of all trades. Get to him in a minute. John Garner, I know if y'all know John. I don't know many of you that know John, but John works all the time. That's what John does. If I have anybody on my team that's a worker, it's this man right here. All right, he would work 10 hours a day in Lexington at the Lexington Fabric Building and get our workouts in the summer about 30 minutes late, and he'd be here late. He'd do his extra 30 minutes because he said, "Coach, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be late." Very few kids that are 16, 17, 18 years old will do that. And so he was pretty special. Let's go. I'll get you in a minute. All right, Matt Kirstein's. Matt Kirstein's come to me from Zion Christian. We got to know each other. Great kid. Wanted to play football down here. He had some ACL issues or whatnot. He did a great job, but Matt's playing soccer tonight. Oh, let's see. Everybody knows T, right? I love T. I know their family. They're like the meanest little brothers I ever had, because they are. I love them, but Timothy's in the mountains with his brother and some of his family. They're fighting the fires over there in the mountains. They're over there on Mount Lacan, I think. They planned a family vacation that started Thursday, so I'd much rather them be with their family than anywhere else. So Timothy did a great job for us this year. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. How many are there? 1, 2, 3. That's them. All right. All right. Luke Sanders. All right. Now, I'm going to spend a little time. I won't spend just a couple minutes. Like I said, Coach got me on the clock. I'm going to be funny and I'm going to be serious. We all know him as Baby Hands. He has the smallest hands I've ever seen on a man. Hold them up in the air. Smallest hands I've ever seen on a man. And played receiver for us. So, all year long, everybody say, have you ever seen that Burger King commercial when he goes, "I got these tiny hands"? That's what we kidded with Luke all year long, but no doubt Luke, he worked really hard. And inevitably, he was our special teams captain this year. He's seen a lot of time at receiver. About halfway through the season, it clicked in his head that if he just let his body go on special teams, that more times than not, he was going to make the tackle. So on special teams, if you saw somebody flying through the air or somebody that got knocked off the field, it was usually Luke. But it takes somebody really special to let their body go like that. I'm honored to have coached him. Luke Sanders, come up here, Luke. Love you, dude. You want that? Yep. You sure? I done told my wife I can put them in my living room. Got a whole wall right by my deer head. Y'all believe that? All right. Might as well come on up here. All right, Chris Brewer. All right. Chris, I've known Chris since, I've known Chris forever. Since I had him in 5th grade, and we have a love-hate relationship sometimes. Me and Chris likes to laugh, I like to be serious. I like to laugh, Chris is still liking to laugh. I like to pray, Chris is still cutting up. I'm trying to win a ball game, Chris is still telling jokes. All right? And he knows that I love him, I do. Chris did a great job for us. I asked one of the smallest guys I got to go out and play line for us and play on the strong side between one that's, little and another one that's little, And, he was right beside them. And you could pick him out, but you know what? It doesn't have anything to do with his size. He's a hard player. He's a tough kid. He fought hard for me. He did everything he could possibly do to make us better. And when we wanted to get a touchdown or a first down, we didn't run it anywhere but right behind them 3. So, Chris Brewer, it was an honor to coach you, son. Here you go. Love you. Here you go. Grandma put that on the mantle. Yeah. That's where it'll probably go, won't it? Yeah. All right. Now I'm gonna. I got a story on him. All right. Now, if anybody didn't know that I was only 33 years old, they'd think this one was my son. Now you look. You tell me now. Does that look like my son? Yeah. All right. Now Austin Bird. I've known Austin. I coached Austin at the middle school. I got up here. We went through some things, me and Austin. I got on him. He's the nicest kid I've ever seen. I believe I could take a knife out and cut him, and he'd just say, "Thanks, Coach." I'm serious. I've never been able to make him mad. And we had everything lined up. He's working hard. And the most unfortunate thing happened with Austin, and it broke my heart. My wife will tell you, I come home visibly upset for a long time. Austin tore his ACL. He tore it in practice. I think Tony just tried to snap him off at the knee. Am I right?
That's what happened.
That ain't what you told me. You said bird. But I love this kid. I really do. If I had a kid that was this old, I'd want it to be Austin. I will say that. He's a good kid. Talented kid. Singer. Don't like to go to class. And will make somebody a fine, fine husband one day. I promise you that, because you will. Hey, you know how to take care of people, I'm telling you. So, you're a good kid. I love you. It was an honor to coach you. All right. Here you go. You're welcome. All right. This one I'm fixing to talk about here. I'm doing good, Coach. It's been 9 minutes. I'm already 4 through. Golly. 3 through. I can slow down a little bit. All right. Back in the spring, I had an idea, and Coach Ritter, he didn't like it. He told me, and both of them, they don't, they'll kind of walk around it. They don't just come out and say, "I don't like that." But that day he said, "I don't like that." And I said, "Coach, I'm telling you, I know this kid." I said, "He's tough." And I said, he's a fighter, and he wants to be here. And I said, he'll do us a good job right there. He said, "All right, Coach, you're the man. Let's see what he can do."
I thought that was mine.
Oh, wow! Look at him. I love him. He's lying, though. All right. All right. Now, this one's family of mine, too, okay? And he's so slippery, I can't even hardly hang on to it. All right? We took that little dude. I've known him forever. I've been with my wife for 40 years. And it feels like it, don't it, Boo? Actually, his mother and my wife are family. And so I've known Blake since he was little. In fact, I think I came into the family, he was about 3 or 4 years old. But we moved him to nose guard. This kid weighs, 160? 150. 150. He's getting smaller. 150 pounds now, and I put him on. We put him at nose guard against normally the largest guy on the line of scrimmage, the center or the guard. And I think a lot of you know that they called his name a lot this year. He had 17 sacks and 68 tackles. Just because your size don't mean anything. I think we know that. Blake Gearhart could do things to big guys that my big guys can't do to big guys. And basically it's this simple. He's just got a motor inside of him that don't stop. He's relentless. And of course he's special to me since I've known him forever. And I don't know why we put Gearhart on here, because Coach Ritter hadn't got it right yet. Coach Ritter has nicknamed, well, he didn't nickname, he just literally, this is what he calls him. What did he call him? Gephardt. He hasn't called him Gearhart yet. So, in fact, he calls him Gephardt, and we all call him Gephardt now. I don't even think I call him Blake anymore. But, Blake, it's been an honor, dude. And like I said, you did a great job for us.
Hey, we can change it.
Oh, we can change it? Okay. All right. This one right here, and you're going to love the picture when I show it to you. I really did want to keep this one. This one's pretty special to me. Him and his brother both are real special to me. I take a special interest in them. They come to me and talk to me about things, and normal things that they can normally talk to somebody else, they'll come ask me about. I love them. They're just like my kids. All right. My dark kids, but they like my kids. I gave him a hard time. I asked him, he got those little yellow tips in his hair, and I asked him, was he in the peanut butter bowl again? He said, Coach, I promise, but I know what happened. He had his head down in it, and he was eating that peanut butter, and them tips stuck in it. So he just went ahead and laid his head in the back. But I'm going to tell you something about Tony Jameson. Tony Jameson did something that was a bigger feat than any kid I had on this football team. Tony Jameson lost over 100 pounds to play football. I'm going to tell you something, guys. 100 pounds without surgery or anything else, just sheer willpower, that's phenomenal. We got out, and he said, Coach, some of that stuff I can't do. I said, baby, me either. I'm too old and getting too fat, but that's I'm getting older. And he'd get out, and my coach was a T. He'd pound that grass right beside us. And I'd say, Tony, you need a break? I'll get it. We'd go in, we'd be done. He said, I got 4 more. And he'd stay out later, and he'd make that run. Worked his way up, started against Perry County, Player of the Week. Little funny story on that. He got a fumble, and he didn't know it. He said, I didn't know I had the football. He fell on it, and he was under it. I loved it, though. It was right after the first play of the ball game, when it comes first and second. And because all we told him to do, I said, dude, we just want you to tackle the center and the quarterback and the fullback. He said, I can do that, Coach. And he hit that kid, and he fell, and the ball was under him. And we come up, he said, I got the ball, and it was awesome. But I love this kid. It's been more of a privilege. I've learned more from him than I could ever teach him. Tony Jameson. You gotta look at the picture, though. Look at that. I love it. You gonna give me one of them big ones? Every day.
Love it.
There you go, baby. All right. Oh, 2 left. Let me see. All right. All right. Now I got some stories on this one now. I can spend some time. I got time. Oh, I'm good. All right. So I'm gonna go through my story with him. So I get here, and have you ever heard oil and water don't mix? Yeah, that was it. When I got here, I was water, he was oil, vinegar, and anything else that wasn't me. And we butted heads. And it wasn't because I didn't love him or he didn't love me. We just didn't know each other yet. And so we got here. We started changing some things. I told him, I said, I think you can be great. I said, you got great ability. I said, but I need you to be a leader and I need you to be on my team. And at first, it's hard for a kid to understand that, because when I see a kid's got leadership ability, the hardest thing that I can do, that I have to do, and for them, is for me to ask them to be a leader. So we go through the first season. It's a good year. In the off season, I'm kind of to myself. I'm kind of relaxing a little bit. And after basketball, I get a knock on my door. And Spencer comes in. He says, "Coach, can I talk to you?" I said, "Sure. Anybody come and talk to me. Y'all know that. I can talk sometime." So we sat down, and the first question out of his mouth was this. He said, "How do I lead?" As a coach, there's no greater word. There's just not. How do I lead? When they want to. You understand? When they want to take a hold of something. And so we talked for a while, and I told him, I said, it really ain't got nothing to do with football. It has nothing to do with football. Leading has nothing to do with playing the game. Leading has to do with personality, with character. And he asked the question, he said, "What is character?" And my boys know that I've told them several times that character is doing the right thing when nobody's watching. Y'all agree with that? It's doing what you're supposed to do when no one's around. And I told him, I said, you can't lead with an iron fist. I said, you have to be soft on one side and hard on the other. And I said, that's difficult for me. So I think what he did was he sat down and he evaluated himself. And before I knew it, I didn't hear any talking. All I saw was work. And eventually all them other guys saw work. They saw him putting his head down, saying, "Hey, let's go do this." Encouragement. I think we all know that he had a wonderful year. We were just talking about a game he played at Richland. That don't happen, does it, Coach? You don't have 3 interceptions, or 3 touchdowns, an interception, 11 tackles, returned a kickoff for a touchdown, which he's lucky he did, or I'd still be yelling at him, okay? Because oof. But the transformation in the type of player from one year to the next for him was unbelievable. And when you talk to other coaches and when they say, that Darnell kid's pretty good, that's special. Because when you watch this film, you hear it, you know what I mean? And the good thing is with him is he ain't done. I'm going to get to go watch him on Saturdays, Now, I don't like his colors, and he knows it, and I'm going to have to wear that god-awful purple, but I will, okay? But Spencer Darnell, you deserve everything you got this year, and I'm proud of you. Come here. Thanks, sir. Here you go. All right, I got one left. I didn't plan to have him last, but I'll probably get upset with this one because I love him. This one's probably done more for me since I've been coaching than I got one other, but I'll talk about him next year. This one's done more for me probably since I've been coaching than any kid I've had. He gave me a scare about as bad as he would my kid this year. We were getting ready to play Columbia Academy, and he says, "Coach, I don't feel good." And he said, "I'm going to go to the doctor." And I said, "All right." And then I get a phone call at 3 o'clock, says they've rushed him to the ER. They think he's having a heart attack. So as a coach, they like my babies, you know what I mean? And I panic. So we're trying to hold things together for the rest. We want to finish up practice, not alarm them. And I've got people telling me one thing, I got some people telling me something else, and I got a guy in the room that's telling me what's going on. And it was just irregularity. Am I right in that? It was just an irregularity. But I think what it did for us as a team was it put into perspective what it's about. And he made a statement before the game at Columbia Academy. He said, "Coach, last week could have been my last one." He come out that week and he took that game over. If you watched it, he was knocking people out. He got a penalty for excessive tackling. I ain't even heard of that. This kid did things for me at the middle school that kids don't do. One year I had him here. Another year I had him at QB. If I'd have told him to go play water boy, he would have done it. That's a football player. I had an old coach tell me one time, this is what he told me. He said, if you're going to be a football player, be a football player. There's no such thing as being a quarterback. There's no such thing as being a tailback. There's no such thing as being a safety. If you're a football player, you're a football player. If your coach comes to you and he says, I want you to go play safety and you're 400 pounds, go play safety. That's what he wants you to do. And that makes great football players. And that one, I could have told him to go play guard, and he would have went and played guard. He did a lot of great things for us this year. Quietest kid I ever had. To be that rough. I've never had a kid that's that rough, that leads like that, that's that quiet. Some of you going, he ain't quiet, I've been around him, he don't shut up. Well, around me, he don't talk. I have to get it out of him. But I've never said a word to him where I didn't get, yes, sir. Not one time in my life have I ever said something to him and his response wasn't, yes, sir. I promise you. That's special as a coach for me. And Devin Harris, I love you. It was an honor to coach you. Like I said, guys, it's tough as a coach to have to cut guys loose. I'd love for these guys to have been here tonight, but y'all know life happens, right? And things happen. But I just want you to understand how much I do care about your kids. And I've said this several times. I love to win football games, and I love to play football, but I love to make your kids good men long before I love to win football games. And the values that we have at this program are designed for them to graduate and be successful and be young men that take care of things. That's it. I'm going to tell you just a second. It won't take long about a program that we've implemented, and I want you to help push it for me. It's called Pride of the Mustang program. And that program has nothing to do with football. I've split the team into a Team Loretta and a Team Mustang. You saw it tonight, except for I had to move Jesse one side and Jake the other. But this is what it is. They get points for doing things like going to an FCA meeting, leading prayer after practice, cleaning up the locker room when they're not told to, taking somebody home when they need a ride. If I catch them mentoring, tutoring, taking care of something. Am I missing something? Was there something else? There was one other thing, wasn't it? What was it? You remember?
Praying in the huddle.
Praying in the huddle. We got that one. What's the other one? Hygiene. Cleanliness. Got that one. Taking a bath, right? Who said that? Taking a bath, right? There was one. What was it? No, there's one more. Oh, your grades. Why'd I forget that? What am I thinking? If you make good grades, you get points for A's, you get points for B's. I may give you a point for a C, but if you make D's or F's, or if you don't show good character, or if you throw trash on the ground, or if I catch you cussing, or if I see you cutting another player, I'm going to take points from your team. Over spring break, I'm going to tally up because I've been putting stuff down. And at the end, when we come back, the team that wins gets something on me. Now, that could be anything from banana splits from Sonic to a steak dinner that I cook. And I do it periodically, once a month. What this is designed to do is to make this team hold each other accountable for the way they act and the way they do things. Because I think we all know that there are a lot of other things that they can be doing right now. And if they don't have something that focuses them, that holds their attention, I was their age, and so were you. You ain't going to just go home and watch TV. So, but the commonality is this. They love football. They love football. And if they love football, they got to be a certain way to play it in this program. And that way is what we're talking about. And if you'll push it on your end, my coaches and me will push it on this end, and eventually what you'll turn out is exactly what we're wanting. We'll get graduates that are successful, that take care of their families and do things right. That's all I'd ever ask out of my own son. Guys, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. You guys played a great game tonight. I know all these guys love watching you play. We saw some things. Now, of course, we split them up and we try to get that tie. That's something I do. But when we bring them together, we're going to be pretty dangerous. I appreciate you. If I can do anything, y'all know my number. I'm sure it's on the sign going out of town, on the billboard, Coach Boyd. Trust me, I know. I'll get you phone calls. That's okay. That's okay. My wife, we've come to realize that it's a 24/7 job, and I love it, and that's fine. If you ever need me middle of the night, it doesn't matter. You call. My wife knows I'll pick up the phone, and if it's one of my boys, I'm gone. She just says, "Bye, be careful," and I'm gone. If you ever need anything, like I said, my door is open. I appreciate you, and thank you for coming tonight. Give these boys a hand one more time. All right.